So let's have a look at this now. We got hit with Blitz Legend to start, but then after that, I think it was... single hit. Waterger. Yeah, we kind of have to keep him silenced and then really keep track of those CTB turns to make sure that it's not getting to use that move. So... Zombie... I want to have a look at Auron first. Again, like he did a very good job of tanking a lot of stuff. If it wasn't for the elementals, he'd have done an excellent job. So we can probably Dark Strike and Silent Strike. The zombie obviously is kind of nice, but it's not super helpful because the pagoda doesn't end up damaging it. Like, it doesn't heal it in the first place. So... But I can only make one of these each. So I have to be careful and decide who should have it. I think Razzmatazz, like, again, touches are not, for bosses, are not going to do the trick. So I would need... I could make a Zombie Strike, Silent Strike, Dark Strike, theoretically. Let's see. I do think at this stage maybe it's time to start getting some of these autos out. So... because he's the one that can reapply haste to people, maybe he's a good shout for having it. So we finally committed to that one. This kind of guarantees that he always survives, that even if silence isn't on there. But I think to keep Auron alive, because I like the armor that he has now, I kind of feel like I need to work with silence instead. Blind doesn't stop sword swipe, so since we'll be dealing with sword swipes in Form 2, try that one. And I think I'm going to try. I'm going to make him Silent Strike, Dark Strike, and... maybe Fire Strike for extra damage, not Fire Strike. Lightning, was it? Yes, Lightning. Maybe Lightning Strike for extra damage. Either that or Zombie. I think maybe Zombie, because then afterwards I can potentially use Phoenix Downs, of which I'll have a lot. But it might be immune to percentage-based damage, but again, this is only attempt 2. We'll figure this out. It will take some time. Now, we also have a decision to make about these other 2 slots for Auron. I feel like auto regen in the long run will still be pretty huge. We don't have any strikes left that would be useful to us, I think. So, Lightning Strike maybe, does some extra damage. And again, I'm assuming touches aren't going to work here, so maybe Strength plus 30, something like that. Okay. Yuna next, what do we do with her? Yeah, she's got half MP cost and then one more slot. What could we spend it on? Honestly, maybe alchemy for her. So she can use Albed potions too. So we'll do that. Waka, he kind of has a whole lot of nothing, really, but... Can we get, like, double alchemy? Do they stack? Let's put that on. SOS Overdrive. So let's have a look at what's left for Riku, for example. Do a magic plus 30 in case she gets a chance. If she does copycat, I think it doubles the cost of copycat too, no? Yeah, not sure what else she could even do other than that. The only problem is obviously with this autosave I'd have to do this all again. And this Taj that she has with alchemy, what can she put on that? We still have a decent amount of options here for armor. It's a tough one. I didn't really see too much in terms of status, really. I know Triumph and Grasp did something, and Jet Beam, yeah, so I think Stoneproof is probably essential. I think that's got to be one. I think Jet Beam must still have that effect. Just throw one of those on for good measure. And why the hell not? So for now I'm kind of obviously just throwing everything I've got at it. About Yuna. Yeah, Yuna's a tough one for me. I'm not sure exactly which one to go for. For now, let's just give her something like this. See if that helps protect her a little bit. And if we do want to go on the attack, at least she'll have a little something else. I think at the very least, again, I need Stoneproof pretty much on everyone. But I think I've run out. Yeah. Only got 2 more. Okay, so I think I'll leave it at that. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything for Waka. And we'll generally just do some of this stuff, and we'll see how this works. Well... she's got that one as well. Ah, that's a mistake. It's alright. This attempt isn't going to work anyway. Whatever. Let's go in. I don't want to spend too long here. Alright, let's do it. Attempt 2.
This will be quick. Hit me with all you got, Dad.
Right, we'll begin with a Sloga. We'll just haste up everybody else. Now, last time it opened up with that wild Blitzball move. See if that helps us survive it. So it does seem to open with this move at least. Yeah, Protect does work. So we've established that. Now. I want to see how much damage I do. Nice. That's good. But if we really want to do a big flurry of damage, we'll be much more capable of doing so. I need to switch Tyus' weapon soon, though. Alright. So next, it did the single hit, which is a good thing for us. We don't have any Mega Elixirs, by the way. It's one minor issue. Can I get the turn in? No. But we'll switch to this now. Check beam instead. Okay, gonna keep a note of that. So we had Blitz Legend into checked beam. Alright, Tidus being silent is not horrendous here. Be okay. So let's mash that mage. Ah, I see. Unfortunately, strikes won't get the job done either. At least now we've learned that. To die. Yeah, that throws a bit of a spanner in the works. So that wasn't what I was hoping would happen here. You will. I want to bring these down to like low HP so that if and when I do need to kill them, hopefully I can. And obviously it works on him as well. Now this is going to be an overdrive, but I'm still trying to see if I can get silence just using this weapon. Right, zombie worked. So there's resistance there, but oh shit, Meteor Strike, wow. Yikes. Okay, so it might retaliate with Meteor Strike on a delay. We survived it, which was nice. Okay. So the delay does work, but you pay a penalty in order to do it. And well, Meteor Strike carries delay of its own. So if you delay him, you'll get delayed pretty strongly in return. Okay? No, you will. Now the question also is, can Aeon tank a Triumphant Grasp, and if he does, at what cost? Yeah, so Tyus has completely pushed down the CTB here. So Aeon will Sentinel. Is there anything more we can really do for him here? It's probably like special damage or something. So he's Sentineled, but I don't know if it made a difference or if he just got targeted anyway. Let's find out what happens here. He's got all the protections. Okay. So what this means, I think to me, is that ideally you want to summon a shield. But is it the case that he's definitely ejected, or is some way to kind of bring him back? It's a weird one. Okay, he can get hit with darkness from that move, so fine. Let's... Again, these are still obviously research attempts. We've literally lost the character, so I don't think there's too much we can do now, but... I will do a Science Buster again, because any given turn I think could be the magic turn. Obviously it's smart enough to know that if that's what you're trying to do, then it will just use this physical attack. You won't get it to like skip a turn. So I think up until Triumphant Grasp we were doing pretty fine, but obviously I didn't know that it definitely seems to eject characters. There's nothing you can do about it. That's what it looks like anyway. So either that means you just got to be super fast, or taking out the U Pagodas becomes more a part of the strategy than it normally would be. Which would be kind of interesting, if true. Also unsure about overdrive modes, like which one's going to be the best here, because we really need some overdrives in between here, but... Because it feels like other than summoning an Aeon, not sure what you can really do. Like, Yuna's got some decent overdrive here, but it's obviously not enough. Let's find out what happens. I assume because it's eject, auto life just doesn't matter. So I think there's little point in trying to auto life here. Riku. And boom. Okay. So Triumphant Grasp is truly horrific. We cannot let that happen. And you can see the affliction rate for the strike is really not very good. That's what I've been generally curious about here. So let's take out the pagodas. Let's see how long it takes for them to return. So in this position, we'd be able to really unload some serious damage. So I think basically taking out the U-Pagodas really becomes part of the strategy here. Obviously she's very slow. Is it immune to regen? Okay, X potions still do a lot. Ah, Blitz Legend. Oh, so Darkness looking very good here. It's helping us a lot. This is just a little push I'm going to make to try and get to the next form, just for the hell of it. Obviously, wasting these items again is not actually an issue here. And while you can see, the overdrive isn't moving either. So I think we really got to, for lack of a better word, we've got to blitz this first form. Ah, we got slowed now. Yeah, so we made a little kind of dash for victory here, but we're not going to get that. And obviously this guy comes back with 10,000 now. Yeah, the pagodas are back. To do or to die. But obviously you can unload like a huge amount of damage while it's in this state. We did most of the hard work here, and the smoke bombs and the silence bombs are very useful because they keep him under for quite some time. Okay. So down to 22,000, we kind of snuck in like a very quick 100,000 damage. That's going to be about it. Let's see. Yeah, unfortunately, no matter what we do here, there's just absolutely no way. So let's find out what this does anyway. Honestly, so far at least, the only problem for this first form is Triumphant Grasp. We have to do something about it. So I think next time I'm going to opt for a strategy of taking out the U-Pagodas very quickly if I can. Yeah, Triumphant Grasp is brutal. And well, obviously I don't want to use up my talks on Triumphant Grasp. But there we go. So that's attempt 2. Honestly, the zombie putting him under, the whole like zombie and then kill the U-Pagodas thing actually worked really nice, and we did a shit ton of damage with like 80-90k in absolutely no time. Imagine if we had a full party, like then we'd be really kicking ass. So let me bring it back here, all the way to the beginning. Now that we have more of a picture of what we need to do, I need to have a look at the sphere grid once again. So bear with me here, this is literally the last fight, so I need to do it right. I think in general I had a pretty decent track here, but what I will do is... let me see. Thinking maybe Oran Tank isn't as useful this time around. But his armor is just so good that basically at this stage because Riku does have the Silence Buster from earlier and Silent Strike on the weapon wasn't working so well, I'm like, what's the best way to do it? Someone who can constantly just come in with Silence Buster and Dark Buster would be very useful. So let's start with what I did last time, which was this. Now, let's see. Part of me just does think that Demi's still a good catch-all. Because I'm thinking, okay, but I guess right now I have to only think about Braska's fight Aeon. There's no point thinking about any other fight here. So, Thundaga could work, but again, if I really want to play on the zombie and the healing side, I guess it's not as important here, what we do, but... I guess Ultima obviously would have been nice against Pagodas here, but can't do everything. So we'll do one of those. We've got lots of shadow gems and stuff, so I'm thinking maybe we just keep on that, honestly. But I think I'll stick to Demi if in the second form they run out and I just need like a bit of a guaranteed quad 9 damage. Maybe it's a good idea. Now, for white magic spheres, I'm still a little unsure. Just thinking a Riku Kuraga would be interesting because then she'd be a bit of a threat against a zombified enemy without having black magic. And she could also be a healer at the same time. Might be a bit of an interesting play. But usually I think a zombified enemy can always toss items. We haven't really needed to dispel yet. So last time obviously I tried to preempt a little bit with dispel, but that wasn't really needed. For this particular fight, how many chocobo feathers do I have? I have to keep thinking, I have to keep remembering that it's not important in this fight. Like, as in what happens afterwards just doesn't matter. So I just need to, just for this one fight, what is going to be the most useful to me? Just this one fight. And I think for that, Kuraga might be weirdly useful. So I'm going to go for Kuraga. She has double cast anyway, so she can always out damage something like a Kuraga. What else? I think maybe Lulu being able to haste herself might be useful, honestly. I don't know. Obviously in the second form I don't know like what kind of buffs it's going to get, so this is all still a little bit just like based on form 1 for now. But so what I will do now is replace the save I had. So this one. Yeah. You can see each time I'm a little quicker. This time it took me about half the time to get that much of it set up. Now, I think Waka could be increasingly important in this one. I feel like keeping it under darkness was really massive for me. Really, really useful. So... Maybe we forego a bit of evade and counter here. I still think Titus needs to be out there. I still feel like he's very important. What I can also do is do this, because I know I'll be getting these items back, like I'll have more to use in battle. Now the question is, last time I had auto haste, which was obviously useful, but I haven't seen too much that's been dispelling my haste. So maybe it's not that necessary. I think auto protect has probably served me better. But again, maybe we can establish all of these buffs. I haven't been paying attention to what dispels it, if anything. That's the one issue. So that's why I'm a little torn. I feel like I can basically get all of these with items and overdrive and stuff. I'm just looking at what I can't do. So first of all, I will put a Sense Preserver on there, because he did get hit with darkness, and we just don't have time to deal with that in this fight. There is also slow that you can be hit with, right? And maybe weirdly an HP plus 30, honestly. It puts him up to almost Auron level of HP. I think that could be kind of nice. So we'll try something like that for Titus first. And I think we'll stick with this weapon for now. I'm going to try to rely more on items and buster abilities in order to be able to get the effects that I need. So defense plus 20 here. I'm going to look at Riku first, because she's the one that already has a zombie strike weapon. I feel like that might be good. So she has a lot of slots to work with here. She's the one that's most likely to spend more time in the fight, because she's just quicker. And I always rely on that speed. So let's go Sense Preserver again. We don't want to have to deal with darkness. Let's go with Petrification Protection. And then I'm going to throw a Curse Proof on. Okay, so that's that. Now, this one, I just feel like she doesn't really need a whole lot of anything, really. Because these are just too kind of unreliable, I think, to use. I guess if we put Silent Strike on there, she can put the silence on for a longer period of time. So we'll still do this, I think. Basically, the Dark Strike was a mistake. The Dark Strike should be on Waka, so that Dark Buster works every time. So, yeah. So I think I'm starting to build together a few things here. I think to save you guys time, I'll kind of summarize at the end. I won't talk through everything at this stage, because it will literally be half an hour just of looking at the menu and prepping. So I think I'll do like a little summary once I think I have something that can work. Okay, so for now at least, this is what I have gone for. Basically, the idea here is that if I do bring in Waka, I'm going to try to use Dark Buster, but hopefully Dark Strike will make it so that it lasts for more than one turn, if I manage to do it. This will obviously stop me having to rely on the very few powders and stuff I'd have left, because I'd have to keep reapplying it pretty frequently. So yeah, in terms of armor, I'm trying to make sure everybody has some petrification protection here. Kimari is the odd one out, unfortunately, but everybody else has some. I didn't really know what else. Basically, I did see that I got hit with darkness, so I thought maybe Sense Preserver. Waka's magic defense is atrocious, so it might the magic defense plus 30 might save him, so that's the idea for him. Honestly, I didn't really know what else to throw on there. I'll check that weapon. We might as well just fill in every slot, but I just couldn't think of anything. This one's strength plus 30 for Auron. I decided instead of going for the lightning strike stuff, just leave it with this. And just try to hit with zombie strike. Maybe I get lucky on a counter on a normal hit. This one is already the same. This one, Sense Preserver, was added, and HP plus 30. It gives almost 5k. I thought that might be pretty good. Kimari, unfortunately, sorry, but I'm really running out of resources now. Can't do too much for him. Same idea with Riku. She has Silence Buster, so Silence Strike plus Buster. Magic plus 30% for any copycatting that she might do. Or like Kuraga. And here I added HP plus 30 for her as well, and some Stone Proof. For Lulu, MP plus 30 here, and Auto Haste. I thought if there's one character that might benefit from it in this fight, it could be Lulu. And this one I did add the Magic plus 30, and we'll see how that one goes. Half MP cost and Alchemy. Self-explanatory there. And, well, really running low on stuff here, so I had to kind of do this one. So that's the idea here. I will throw in... Actually, let me look at Waka's one more time. He has 2 free slots. Let's just shove something on there. Anything that could at least give us something. So like Lightning Strike. Because his damage is definitely a little bit worse than the rest. And Strength plus 30 maybe. So yeah, now I'll save. I've made a bunch of different saves at this stage, or like different stages of this like preparation. So, okay. From here, I should be able to give it another go and see how we do. Okay, so in terms of overdrive, we're going to keep Tactician. Keep Tactician. Yeah, something like that. Alright, let's go through it once more. Attempt number 3. I think Triumphant Grasp, and obviously not knowing what it does, and assuming that it's not going to eject you from the fight, I think most people are probably going to need 2 attempts. I would be absolutely freaking stunned if someone who genuinely hasn't seen this fight before ever manages to beat it first time. That would be insane.
I promise this will be quick. Hit me with all you got, Dad.
You'd have to have the right overdrive set up to have Yuna be able to tank in. You would just have to assume that you need to tank it with an Aeon, but it's mad. Oh, you can't control the setup here. I forgot. Not ideal. Let's see. Yeah, I need to get going as quickly as possible here. So, one thing I generally want to keep track of is what dispels my statuses, if anything. So let's do that. Okay, you can see that Tactician Overdrive putting in some work there. We're going to use things like Mana Tonic. We're going to just do everything we can here to just really make this happen. So we'll start with a power break. That's a nice start. Right here. So let's start with this. Well, for this one, what we should be doing is this. And then we need to try and get Waka up to speed as soon as possible. So Blitz Legend. And it does miss everybody, so it doesn't seem to hit that regularly through darkness or anything like that. So this is a much quicker start. Now. Bring in Riku again. So I think we're going to keep Auron generally a bit out of it for now, unless we want to do some breaks. Okay. So now we have a little bit of a window. This is where I want to basically get my Silence Buster and my Dark Buster in. Only thing is, again, I just won't have I won't have an Aeon shield. Alright, we've got both on there. And at least for the first form, this really does debilitate him quite heavily. So now we can basically start to do things like that if we want to. But I think what we're better off doing, maybe, is bringing in these guys. So we've got a magic 30% now. Yeah, that's nice damage. So I want to get my like secondary squad literally... Oh wait, Lulu has auto haste, I forgot about that, so that's nice. Start on these as well. What else? We're definitely going to use Talk this time. Obviously, I don't want to see Triumphant Grasp. And maybe we'll just have to try and see if we can somehow tank Ultimate Jet Shot in the second half. Alright, 108,000. I think I want to begin with some like cheer type stuff as well. But I'll probably... what's the best way? Which stasis can he afflict? Yeah, okay. Like, Tactician will go up steadily over time, but I don't think it's going to be like amazing. And well, he's fairly slow too. Yeah, no one's fast enough to get their next turn after that. Unit is. Now, again, I'm still like, because I don't know what's going to dispel me at this stage, I need to just stay on it. Well, I think while I'm here, let's see what happens if you do toss a Phoenix down. Yeah, it's immune to fractional damage, so you're going to need to use up X potions if you want to do the big damage. And you want to do it fast. Okay, so this time we will definitely be using our Talk command. Not enough time. So again, as soon as we're back to this stage, I think we just go Dark Buster again. Sinus Buster again. And then Tidus comes in, he has a word with the old man.
I won't lose.
Okay. That worked nice. The zombie hasn't been afflicted this time. I think with that being the case, I think orange should come in and get an extra hit here. No. I want to power break after this turn. So... yeah, she does have a zombie. Maybe there's a chance we make it work. Yeah, so let's start building Protect on these guys as well. So it's only the Tactician, like basically I've succeeded in slowing down Braska's Final Aeon so much that my Comrade people obviously haven't benefited at all here. But maybe in the second form that's gonna be when it starts to really make a difference. So we'll see. Now what we're gonna do this time, I might try to armor break and then do the same combo again. Because we really seem to be destroying all of its moves if we can get Silence Buster and Dark Buster on. Counter. You know it. Okay, now we're rolling. Excellent. Okay, so now I think... I don't want to start spamming X potions here, but it's so much damage if you do. And we still have elixirs, I guess. I think while I'm here, I should really start to crunch through some of this. I think in an ideal world, you'd only use Torque one time before you get to the second form. So let's bring in someone faster. Okay. So at least the first phase I think is very much under control now. The only thing we can really do is try to somehow speed it up, but I don't think I can really win without seeing at least one Triumphant Grasp unless I start to build a strategy that attacks and kills the pagodas as well. So for now, we keep it like this. Okay, still looking good. At this stage, I think I want to start bringing the U pagodas down as well. So to do that, we're going to Shadow Gem. Just have to be sure to not push Braska to full overdrive here. Yes, I think we might be a risk at doing that now. So let's just wait. Protect on Waka as well. Get shells on there. Right, Jet Beam, this one will not miss, but we managed to survive. Now, downside being that Yuna is now slow, so that's the one move that can slow us, but honestly, it doesn't happen that frequently, so I think we're okay. Does it disable any other buffs? That's the question. Yeah, we need to push it to the next phase, like now. Let's start with some more of these. $32,000. Let's use one more. We want to make sure that we can power break it before the phase transition. Now, the sword swipe does hit through darkness, we know that. I think we just about haven't done enough here. Let's see. Yeah, 6,000, 18,000 here. $17,000. I'm going to use my second torque. I feel like I have to. I've kind of made decent progress in this fight. I'm not going to throw it away. So, we'll do that. And we'll talk again. So this isn't ideal, but that's okay. Now, let me just make sure I'm healed up fully here. Alright. Let's come in with a power break. Okay, got poison on there as well. Does Orin have protect? I think I might have not properly protected him. Let's just be sure here. Yeah. Okay. Can he still get his turn if he cheers? Yeah. So now we're going to start building for that sword swipe. No doubt it's going to hit like a truck. It always does. And well, if it dispels haste, then we're going to really start to get ourselves in trouble. So, we'll see. So I'm going to wait for this turn. Let it do something. And then we're going to push it. Okay. Riku does have a full overdrive now. And the poison damage is what pushed it over. That was unintentional. I completely forgot. Damn it. This was not perfect. Is power broken though. Let's see what we got. The pagodas are dead. Oh no. Oh no. No. Let's see if Power Break affects it. Power Break doesn't affect our own overdrives, probably, but this isn't an overdrive, I guess. Riku's obviously in danger here, especially. We didn't defend. Oof. Okay, we survived. I think for now we take that. 250,000. Okay. Still in it. Yuna's the one with alchemy, so I'll bring her in. She's just as fast. Now, I think here I'll try a sentinel. Still power broken or not? No, of course not. Now, Waka does have it, so we're going to try now. Ah, shit. 6,001, no! Ah, we were going so well. We were going so well. Yeah, this is trouble now. Yeah, those pagodas came back at a rotten time. But what is the overdrive now? Because it phase transitioned with ultimate jet shot. Jet beam. Oh man. Yeah, we kind of, on the one hand we negotiated the phase transition well, but on the other hand it really was quite bad. Ugh. I mean, for starters, I kind of feel like we need to slow get again. Ah, shit, man, she's so slow. Right. Now. Obviously, there's a chance this could be the sword swipe. In case it is. And remember, that hits through blind. So. Yep. Let's see the damage now. Yeah, okay. I think that was pretty crucial. But everything's happening a little too fast now. The overdrive is coming anytime. Yeah, look at those turns. Just didn't have any time to do anything about it. No chance. Now. Oof. Can just about do this at least. And well, we don't know what the overdrive is. Do you get 2 more talks in the second form? You don't, surely, right? Up to 2 times. Nah, it's up to 2. It shouldn't be 2 times per form. I don't think it ever was that way. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to talk our way out of this one. Now, we're in such an awkward place, but it feels to me like he's sped up. I do think Form 2 is faster than Form 1. I think we have to try a power break here. I don't know what's going to happen. It's probably special damage and it's probably not affected by it, but I think it's worth a go. It's the best I can do. Riku obviously dying was a big loss for us. Ah, it's still Triumphant Grasp. No way. Holy shit. Is he kind of saying that like you're gonna have to end this fight with less than 3 characters? Like you just got to deal with it? Holy crap. That's horrible. Like it feels like without Shield Aeon summons, you are absolutely screwed. You really need to work on like how to get Yuna. Oh, he's got all the brakes on. Holy crap! Was that after ultimate jet shot? I wonder. Crap. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad now. Let's see. Let's do... Silence Grenade. We'll try. Oh man, this move is so bad. Okay, at least the poison's doing 5,000 damage this time, which is kind of nice. Yeah, again, even with haste, he's so slow. Obviously, I'd love to still keep Tidus in here, but the fact that he has all 4 brakes on, obviously, he's going to immediately die. Auto-hasted Lulu. Basically, I kind of want to power break before every one of his turns, if I can. But to do that, obviously, I'd need to get in here. It's a shame Riku was the one who went, honestly. But even if he's power broken, this is still decent damage. Yeah, it's okay. But it's not worth the overdrive increase. Obviously the problem here is that his overdrive just keeps going up and up and up and up. So fast. Yeah, I don't think any of this is going to work here, but... yeah, Triumphant Grasp is quite literally the issue here. I think all of his moves, basically, other than that, we kind of have under control, but Triumphant Grasp is just too powerful. And well, he just gets quick. In the second form, he is hard to deal with in terms of his speed as well. It's very, very fast. Yeah, it's going to be Overdrive next. So we really need to devise like an Overdrive strategy for Yuna. We really need to do a lot of summoning here to kind of make it work. Let's do... maybe they're easier to kill than I think. Let's take a look here. And what if I just kill one of them? I keep one of them dead. We're going to have to start doing something about these pagodas, basically. I think that's the general idea here. We've got to do something. Otherwise, we're in very deep shit. Good attack there. So this is turning into more of a U pagoda management fight here. Yeah, I don't want to push it to an overdrive now. So I think next attempt I really need to go harder on the pagodas to really slow them down. And kind of desync them almost a little bit like Penance and the arms. Because obviously just kind of slowing them and forgetting about them is a bit more of an OG strat that I think Karifean wanted to eliminate as much as he could. See if this is enough. I think it just survived by like the skin of its teeth. No? Okay. Is it power broken? It's not, right? Yeah, so basically I kind of need to do what I did last time, but I need to be more aggressive with the U Pagodas, and I think I can win this. So I think I'm almost there. Yeah. The fight's already over anyway. Let's not delay the inevitable too much here. Yeah, I did anticipate Sword Swipe next. She withstood that really well. Yeah, she's done a heck of a job here. It's interesting that they came back together though. 150k. Okay. So this is just kind of practice for the future, just kind of seeing how these play out. Wow. She evaded that cleanly. Nice. So you're seeing here the virtues of keeping the pagodas down. Obviously it will get progressively more difficult. Oof. Oh no, he got a second one in. What a bastard. What a bastard. But there's some signs there. There's some good signs there. I think next time around we should have a better shot. But it really is just making sure you damage those pagodas at kind of just the right amount. And not make it too hard for yourself. Now, I really need to figure out this overdrive mode for Yuna. I need something better.